Hello my name is 11 and welcome to this video. I figured that I don't really have much to do and I decided that commentary might be a good idea to go for. Mostly because a friend suggested I make shorter videos rather than the really long ones I upload usually, or at least as of recently, the really long unedited ones I've been uploading recently. My friend suggested I uploaded smaller, concise videos that are edited down to, I don't know, something that's shorter than 15 minutes worth of a run inside of Devil Slayer or something. So yeah, I decided to do a commentary video instead of, playing a game and talking over it. I decided that since it's Pride Month, I'd like to talk a little bit about that and about, I guess, sort of my conflicting, confusing feelings on it. Not that I have a problem with Pride Month or anything, but it kind of comes down to the simple fact of my identity, I guess. I am straight. I'd like to confirm that, first of all. I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm not sexually attracted to females or anything like that. The underlying problem is that I don't necessarily think I'm romantically attracted to anybody. I think that would be aromantic is the term for it, but the thing is, I don't necessarily think that I'm aromantic fully either. The best way to describe my kind of feeling with how I feel about things in terms of relationships is that I personally don't think that it's necessary for me to be in a relationship in general because, well, I don't really find enjoyment being around people that don't make me feel happy. The best way, I guess, beyond that, obviously, to explain it would be, I don't really like spending time with people unless they're genuinely my friends. I've never really been in a relationship with somebody that's actually been my friend for an extended period of time or anything like that. Usually I've only dated acquaintances of mine or people that I've been introduced to through friends, and honestly, I don't really think that those ever went well for me. The only time I dated a friend was in middle school, I want to say, and she was a pretty close friend of mine. We'd talk all the time, and we were pretty good friends, like I said. But the moment we started dating, I was young, I'll be honest with you. It was fucking like 5th grade or something like that. I think, no, it was 7th grade. I was pretty young and stupid, so honestly, the moment we started dating, I kind of just stopped hanging out with her. She literally lived down the street from me too, and it was really weird for me. I think the reason why though is also because she indirectly intimidated me by telling me some information that I didn't want to know. I'm not going to tell you who she is or anything like that. It shouldn't be that important, but basically her and her family would go hunting all the time, and she showed me her fucking rifle. It was this pink, I don't even know what kind of rifle it was. I think it was just a hunting rifle, like a generic hunting rifle. I don't know what kind of gun it was, but it was wrapped in pink, like, wrap, it had like a pink wrap on it, and then it had like stickers of like Hello Kitty and shit on it. And I kind of just looked at it, and she's like, yeah, so if you ever hurt my feelings, and I was just like, all right. Like, I laughed it off, but in my brain I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna fucking die tomorrow. Yeah, I was like, fuck that, I'm not gonna come around you anymore. That sounds really dangerous for me. Sure enough, I ended up breaking up with her over the phone, even though I hadn't talked to her like face to face or even had seen her, but essentially for 3 months, and apparently we were still dating. I kind of just was like, hey, yeah, we should break up, because I was actually just moving on at that point. It was like, there's no point of us being in a relationship if we don't even talk to each other at all anymore. She probably already had figured that we broke up, but I felt like it was worth officially saying and doing, rather than just being like ghosting her, or something. Funny enough is that I think that people don't understand this about me too, is that in relationships, I don't like having stress put on me. I don't think necessarily I'd be a good partner for somebody that's going through a mental crisis, mental illness, anything like that, simply for the fact that I myself don't really like being held down by emotions. I try to isolate my emotions, or at least get them under control before I go and hang around people, because I mean, what's the point at that rate, right? You're not doing anything productive with yourself. No, I don't really think too much about my emotions either. The thing is, I kind of just feel what I feel up front, and there's no ulterior motive in my mind to it. But in actuality, you could feel angry for a reason. For example, you could be angry because you're jealous or something like that, or you could be sad because you're frustrated with something. There's multiple emotions attached to other emotions is what I'm essentially trying to say. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's hard for me to explain fully how I feel about my relationship status, like, or how I feel really in relation to people in relationships, or how I'd go about relationships. I think, like I said, I feel like it's just easiest for me to be in a relationship with somebody that's truly my friend. I don't really have many female friends, and like I said, I'm not sexually attracted to men, which means that I don't really see myself and going to the point where I'll ever be in a relationship anytime soon, at least. There's not really an incentive for me to go looking for people either. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm gonna go on a dating site and look for people, because I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm essentially just trying to enjoy my life how it is. I don't need anything to change in my life romantically or anything like that, because that's not really how I am. I more or less just want to have people that I can count on, like my friends, and I already have those, so I don't need anything else. It would be cool to have people that liked playing MMOs or just the same RPGs I like to play on PC and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool, but unfortunately all my friends play on console, and all the people that like to play the games I like to play, like I said, play on console. I think the ideal girl, for me at least, and this is obviously like the whole meme thing, but would be somebody that genuinely liked to play video games. I would have an immediate common interest. But then again, when you think about it, is that really the ideal dream and hope? Because people that play video games aren't all the same. For example, me and my brother, I'm going to use us as examples. Me and my older brother, we both like MMORPGs. We both like just RPGs in general. We're big into RPGs. We fucking love them. But I'm also big into FPSs and various other games. Like I like FPSs. I especially love platformers. Whether they be 3D, 2D, I love platformers. I love sandbox games. I really love sandbox games. I love roguelites and roguelikes. I love a lot of games. I feel like I like almost every genre of game. As where my brother only likes MMOs and RPGs, he rarely ever plays anything outside of that. He'll play maybe the occasional sandbox game like Saints Row or GTA, but other than that, he doesn't really play anything like that. He's more just into RPGs. He also does play fighting games too. He really likes fighting games, but that's essentially it, and fighting games are still pretty low on his list of priorities. If he had the option between playing an MMO or a fighting game, he'd choose the MMO because he could do PvP in that MMO, so he'd get the fight from it essentially for him. So yeah, finding people that like video games isn't really the solution to that problem. You have to find somebody that plays video games and likes games that are similar to your taste in games. I also feel like that wouldn't be just the end all be all. I am also a person that likes art and a person that likes media outside of gaming. For example, I really do like cartoons and anime. I think if people liked cartoons and anime, or I guess the girl that I would be ideally looking for, she would have to like, you know, things I liked. I'm not saying obviously this is keep in mind this is theoretical, but something that people I think are going to immediately assume about me is that I'm looking for this perfect girl. And I guess, to be honest with you, yeah, that is the truth. I am looking for the perfect girl, and the reason why is because I don't feel romantically attracted to people unless I can spend time and feel truly happy with them. I feel like that'd be the best way to describe it, but even then, I haven't felt that emotion, so I don't even know if that would truly make me feel romantically attached to that person, or just like they're a really close friend. Either way, if they're female, there's a high probability that I will find them sexually attractive. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit of a fiend when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not like, oh yeah, I can't wait to ram that girl, or I wonder what she'd be like in bed. In my head, I'm kind of just like, dang, she's kind of cute, or dang, she's kind of attractive, and that's the end of the statement. I'll notice key assets of the person, you know, like, oh, maybe her face is nice, she has nice lips, maybe, I don't know, I like the booba, something like that, you know. But overall, I don't have any quote-unquote dirty thoughts, you know what I mean? I guess this is kind of just me rambling about how I sexually identify, or I guess my romantic preference. Either way, I think the best way to describe me with words would be I'm aromantic unless a specific individual were to come along that fills out all of my criteria. In other words, I'm straight. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good Pride Month, by the way. I know a couple friends that are going to go to a Pride March. I personally am not going to go because I think I have work during it. And even if I didn't, I don't see myself really enjoying it. Mostly because I don't like to go parades and stuff like that, or marches, whatever, are not my scene. Really not fun to me. I used to go to my sister's marches, or like parades or whatever, when she was in the Girl Scouts, and that shit sucked. So I don't see myself doing that ever again, torturing myself for a little bit just because people ask me to. Either way, hope you guys have a good Pride Month. Enjoy your life. Don't let people tell you what you can and can't do, and always just be true with yourself. Make sure that people know who you are, as long as it doesn't get you killed. Don't be a Nazi or something, or a fucking zoophile. Oh, don't. I've been watching a lot of videos about zoophiles recently, and holy shit, they're horrible people. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. Hopefully another commentary video, because I'm assuming you guys would like to see that stuff. Pretty easy to make. pretty as long as I'm just rambling, it's pretty easy to make. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Ciao.